Hi everybody. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is roofing. Roofing. So what is meant by roof? It is the uppermost part of the building, topmost part of the building, which will protect the building as well as the occupants from the damaging effect of wind, rain, dust, etc. Depends upon or based on the appearance, based on the shape, there are different types of roof. So first one, shape like this, commonly seen roof. This is called terrace roof. Terrace roof or flat roof. Flat roof. Next one, the shape is like this. That is sloping roof. Sloping roof, or it is called pitched roof. Pitched roof. Sloping roof or pitched roof. Third one, like this. That is called curved roof. Curved roof, or it is called shell roof. Curved roof or shell roof. And fourth one, that is the shape of the Taj Mahal. Something like this. Okay, that is called dome. So these are the different types of roof based on the shape, based on the appearance. Now consider the second one, sloping roof. It can be divided based on the materials used for the construction. Say for example, sloping roof can be constructed by concrete. Nowadays you can see so many sloping roof with the concrete. In olden days, people are using wood, timber roof or wood roof. And nowadays even steel is also used for constructing sloping roof. So this is the classification based on the material, concrete, wood and steel. Now we will be concentrating only on this, that is steel sloping roof. So steel sloping roof. To support the roofing material, there will be a framework under the roofing material, something like this. Something like this. That is called truss. The shape of the truss depends upon the width of the roof, or it is called the span of the roof. Say for example, this shape can be used for a span of, that is the width of the roof, span of 5 to say 8 meters. And the name of this truss is called king post truss. King post truss. Now another shape which can be used for a span of 8 to 10 meters. And this truss is called simple fink truss. Simple fink truss. Now another shape this can be used for a span of 10 to 12 meters. And this truss is called fan truss or fan fink truss. Now another shape this can be used for a span of up to 30 meters. And the name of this truss is Howe truss, Howe, Howe truss. Another shape. This is called North Light truss. So these are the different shapes for the steel sloping roof, depends upon the span, depends upon the width. Here you can see, as the span increases, the shape is changing, the name is also changing. So that means you have to remember the span, name as well as shape. I have arranged it in the increasing order. You see 5 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and to a maximum of 30 meters. There was a university question where the north light truss is used. Why it is called north light truss? Can you say where it is used? Any idea? You might have seen so many factories, industries. There, this type of truss is used. North light truss. This vertical portion, that will be covered by some transparent material, maybe glass or any other transparent material. Second part of the question, why it is called north light truss? This will be always in the north-south direction. That means this vertical portion will be always, transparent portion will be always in the north-south direction. What is the purpose? To get the maximum daylight. So answers are over for the question, where it is used, why it is called. Where it is used in factories, industries. Why it is called north light? It will be always in the north-south direction to get the maximum daylight. Now, in the examination, they may ask questions like this. What are the different types of steel sloping roof? If that is the question, this is the answer. But sometimes they may ask question like this. Draw the detailed sketch of a king post truss. If that is the question, this is not enough for the examination. This is only the shape, line sketch. If they specifically ask about any truss, you have to draw the complete details about the truss. Complete details means how these members are connected here, how the roofing materials are attached, how the truss is fixed on the wall or column. So all these details you have to show if it asks in the examination, detailed sketch. Sometimes they may ask question like this. Draw a detailed sketch of a steel sloping roof which can be used for a span of 5 meters. That means king post truss. So sometimes they may say the name, sometimes they will give only the span. Sometimes they will give both. Draw a detailed sketch of a king post truss which can be used for a span of 8 meters. So you have to study, as I told you, shape by heart, span by heart, name by heart. At least you try to remember these two shapes, these two names, these two spans. Okay, now I will explain how to draw the detailed sketch of the first one, that is king post truss. King post truss shape is like this, used for a span of say 8 meters. In the examination you have to draw to scale. All these members are angles, ISA, Indian Standard Angles. They are commonly used. Angles are commonly used to fabricate the truss. So, if this member is angle, side view like this, if you look from the front side, how many lines should be drawn to represent this angle? If you are looking from here, say top, say bottom, then this thickness also. That means 3 lines you have to draw to represent an angle from the front view, from the elevation or for the front view. So I will draw the bottom line to the scale, say 8 centimeter for 8 meters by drawing 3 lines. This is the bottom member. Okay. Then you write the specification ISA, Indian Standard Angle 75 by 7, which means this is 75, this is 75, and this thickness is 7. That is the meaning of ISA 75 by 7. And usually the height of the truss, that will be L by 4, where L is the span. If this is 8 meter, the height 8 by 4, that is 2 meter. If you are drawing it for 8 centimeter, from the center, take 2 centimeter, that is the apex. Now, these two inclined members angle, so represented by drawing 3 lines like this, angle. Similarly, this inclined member, that is also angle. Okay. This vertical member, that is also angle. These two inclined members, that is also angle. So, represented by 3 lines, drawing 3 lines. Now, here you see 1, 2, 3, 4 members are meeting there. Actually, these 4 members are not directly welded together. They are joined with the help of a plate, which don't have any specific shape. The purpose is to hold these members together. So, on a plate, these members are welded. That is why I have shown it as dotted line. On that plate, these members are welded, and that plate is called gusset plate. Gusset plate. Okay. So, here also 2 members, you have to join them again with gusset plate. Here another 2 members, join it by gusset plate. Here 3 members, join it by gusset plate. Here same as the left side. So, all the members of the truss, they are joined with the help of gusset plate. To cover an area, there may be number of trusses like this. First truss, then second truss, then third truss, like that. That is to cover this much area. So, this is the width of the room, this is the length of the room. Connecting these trusses, there may be another members like this. Actually, the roofing materials are supported over these members. Now, I will show a model which I have made. This is the truss I made. Here you see 2 trusses are used because the length of the room is only this much. This is the span. So, all these members joined with the help of a gusset plate. I have shown with some other different color paper. Okay. So, gusset plates are used. These members are called purlin, P-U-R-L-I-N, purlin. So, these members are purlin. So, if I want to show these members here, I have to show it like this only. Angle, side view. Actually, it is going like this. Purlin. Purlin. Here also. Here also. In this model, there are 3. Purlin, P-U-R-L-I-N. ISA, again angle, Indian standard angle, 50 by 50 by, say 5, another size, that's all. Actually, these purlins are not directly welded to the trusses. These purlins are connected to the trusses with the help of another small angle, like this. One small angle is welded here. Similarly, one small angle welded here. To this small angle, these purlins are bolted. That is only for convenience. Otherwise, it will be difficult to lift it and keep it in the proper place. So, for convenience, it is done like that. So, at each end of the purlin, there will be a small angle to support the purlin. And these purlins are connected to the trusses with the help of that small angle that is called cleat angle. So, that also you have to show it here. So, this cleat angle, it is welded to this truss, and purlins are bolted with this small angle, that is called cleat angle. So, this is cleat angle. Cleat angle. Say another ISA, again say 50 by 50 by, say 7, another size, that's all. Next step, covering of roofing material. Assume this as the roofing material. Okay. We have to fix these roofing materials on the truss with the help of purlin. Simply we can't keep it here like this. So, for that, another bolt is used that is called J bolt. This is the J bolt. This is J bolt. It is inserted from the bottom through the purlin, and with the help of a nut, it is tightened here at different places, different locations. So this is the bolt used. This is called J bolt. Shape is just like the letter J. That is why it is called J bolt. So that also we have to show it here. That also we have to show it here. Roofing material. This side also. Okay. Now the J bolts are provided here, here, or here, or here, or here. But in this figure, how we can show the J bolt, or where we can show the J bolt? We can show it only on these purlins. So here we can show the J bolt, here also J bolt, here also J bolt, J bolt. Similarly, on the other side. I think it is clear for you, because J bolt is coming in different locations. But if you want to show it here, this is the only place we can show the J bolt. And at the top here, a special roofing sheet is used that is called ridge. Ridge sheet, ridge roofing sheet or ridge sheet. Now the top portion, it is over. Next, we have to show how it is fixed on the wall or columns. During the construction of the column, say concrete column, as in this is concrete, and at the top there will be 4 bolts projecting outward like this. 4 bolts. These are called anchor bolt. These are called anchor bolt. Anchor bolt. Actually, these anchor bolt are embedded in this concrete column. Okay. This is provided to fix the truss on this column. To fix the truss on the column, a plate with 4 holes like this is used. This is called base plate. So this base plate, it is fixed on all the corners like this. Here one, at both ends. Corner means ends. Here and here. And during the construction, as I told you, 4 anchor bolts are projecting upward. Okay? Assume this as the anchor bolt. Now after lifting the truss, insert this base plate, insert the base plate through this anchor bolt like this. Okay? Then with a nut, it is tightened there. So lift the truss, and through these holes, these anchor bolts are inserted, and with the help of a nut, it is tightened. Okay? So the final shape, column, here, similarly here another column is continuous, and I told you the top it is concreted. It is concreted, and here one base plate. This is what I shown you with 4 holes. Here also one base plate is welded with 4 holes. And during the construction of the column, the top it is concreted, concrete, and 4 bolt projecting. Here you will be able to see only 2 bolt. So here also concrete, 4 bolts are projecting. This base plate, it is inserted through this anchor bolt, and with the nut it is tightened here. It is tightened here. So this is the anchor bolt which is embedded in concrete. So this is base plate, and this anchor bolt. So this much details you have to show if they specifically ask about any truss. So depends upon the span, there are different shapes, different names. And I will show the detailed sketch at this point so that the connection will be more clear for you. I will draw it. Inclined member of the truss. Next inclined member of the truss. This point I am drawing enlarged view. These are connected with the help of a plate, that is gusset plate, and above this purlin. Purlin is connected to the truss with the help of cleat angle. So this is cleat angle. Then the roofing material, roof sheet. This roof sheet, it is fixed to the purlin with the help of a bolt, that is J bolt. So this is gusset plate. So this is a detail. I will call this point as A. Details at A. Okay. So this is the span. So this much details you have to show if they specifically ask about any truss. Same method you can adopt it for drawing simple finger truss or hoe truss, whatever it is. Okay, thank you.